excited to be talking about this today because I believe it's a really important topic, and I want to really emphasize in this video that every single thing that happens to us has the power and the potential to enlighten us. And I just want to say that I'm reading this book by Deepak Chopra, which I'll link below, and it talks about how everything is a synchronicity. And if we walk through our life thinking that all things are synchronistic, things have a sequence in our life, then the objects or people or experiences that we face on a day-to-day basis actually have meaning to them. And once we become more aware of that, we can really start to decipher what life is telling us and start to think, okay, maybe this is a clue. Maybe this is a clue to change X or Y or Z. And life really does communicate with us in that way. We're actually creators. We're co-creators with the universe. And that's what it means to be a co-creator with the universe, is that the universe is constantly sending you these signals, these synchronicities, these coincidences, right? For you to become more aware of patterns within yourself or patterns going on around you. And but that's extremely important and something I want to talk about in this video. And so I had two experiences recently that I want to talk about in this video that really enlightened me and made me start realizing that, okay, wow, I'm getting it now. Things started clicking recently for me. And the first experience was I was in the airport and I saw this man walk past me, and he had dirty hands, dirty feet. It looked like he hadn't taken a shower in a couple days. And I was thinking, my initial thought was, okay, that's not something you see every day, right? Someone that hasn't taken a shower, at the airport recently. And I don't know where he was coming from, what he went through the night before. I have no idea what happened. It's just my initial thought was, you don't see that every day. And before boarding my flight, I saw him go up to the counter, and I realized that he was on the same flight as me. And I thought, wow, okay, so he's on the same flight as me. And when I went on the flight, I calculated my seat and realized that he was sitting next to me. And it was a 2-seater plane. And my initial thought again was like, dang, wow. I felt some resistance towards it for sure. And in that moment, I just said, okay, let's do this, I'm gonna surrender to this moment and just go with it. And I did, and as I was sitting there next to him, I could almost feel myself go through this whole process of or just down spiral of thoughts of oh man, why is this happening to me? Why am I sitting next to this person, right? And I thought, wow, you know what? He is just another person just like I am. And it took me a while to get to that point, until I kind of calmed down and realized that, he is really just another person. He's a human being like me, just trying to get to A to B, right? And for me to judge him based off of the way he looked, based off of only that, was not accurate, was not right. And I started feeling a lot of compassion for him and a lot of compassion for myself, because one, I judged him for looking the way he did when I have no idea what's going on with him. I have no idea where he's at, what he's been through, if he's visiting family. He's on this plane, I'm on this plane, we're sitting next to each other, let's just coexist with each other, right? And it really woke me up in that moment, and I have been thinking about that experience since then. And I thought, wow, you know what? I really don't know what anyone else is going through. I don't know what anyone else has experienced. And I can't just assume things about this person just because of the way they look, just because of what my initial thought is. And I really have been thinking about that a lot recently and just felt called to share it. And again, that allows us to cultivate compassion within ourselves and for ourselves, right? Because yes, I did judge him, and also that is okay. We as human beings naturally judge, and that is also an okay thing. But to step back and say, okay, I was wrong in that moment to judge him because of the way he looked, and now I understand that I have no idea what he's been through, what he's going through, and in that experience, it awakened me, and it was so powerful for me, and I felt called to share it. And really, he's just another human being, just like I am, just another human being. So the other experience was that I was at a coffee shop, and I was sitting there just journaling, and I was kind of looking around. I was sitting outside looking around, and I noticed a bag full of food that was kind of left, and realized like, okay, like someone, left that food there. It's someone littered, right? And I thought to myself, like, why would someone do that? Why would someone leave like their litter, their trash somewhere? Just left it out when there's a trash can right down the street, or they could have taken it with them and waited to get to a trash can, right? So it made me think, why do people litter? And then as I was kind of journaling more about that, it woke me up to the idea that it is the lack of accountability and even responsibility to take care. And if in that moment, if it was me, and I didn't care and I didn't care about the planet, and I didn't care and understand that every action has a consequence, whether it's positive or negative, I had no understanding of having accountability for the things that I do, then I would just leave my trash there. And even if I don't really know why, like if I ask myself, why did this person leave that trash there? I may never know the reason why, but as I was journaling, I came to the idea that it is the lack of accountability that people feel inside for taking care of this planet. And for me as an individual, coming to that is, okay, well, if that's the case, then what can I do about that situation? What can I then do about the litter? And even though we may not have control of the environment, of what happens around us, of the weather and certain things that people do, we do have the ability to respond. We do have the ability to respond. And in that moment, I thought, okay, I'm going to get up, I'm going to pick up that trash, and I'm going to throw the trash away. Because yes, even though we did not do that ourselves, we do have the ability to respond to that thing. It doesn't mean that we are responsible or even accountable for that thing, right? But we're all on this planet together. We're all in it together. So using your ability to respond is extremely important. And that's what woke me up, was having an ability to respond. Me having an ability to respond to that situation was something that just completely woke me up. So it also made me realize that we are deeply connected, everybody. everybody on this planet is deeply connected. And yes, we may judge each other. Yes, we may misunderstand each other. And yes, we may never know why someone does something that they do. But we can use our free will to respond in a way that is kind and gentle and is right within ourselves and is good for all. And that's our power. That is our power right there. We have the ability to respond. We have the ability to also cultivate compassion in any experience that we face or find ourselves in. So whether it's a person that we meet on the street or, some trash that's on the floor, we have the ability to respond in a way that is compassionate and gentle, or whatever way is right in your heart that is good that is good for for everybody in the equation. And I learned so much in those two experiences, and I just wanted to share that. So I really appreciate you being here with me on my podcast. I'm really excited to create more videos, so I hope you join me here. My name is Lynn, and I'll see you in the next. Bye.